Yo, what's good? It's CSB Kush, aka Kush Tats, aka CasaBlanca Kush. All right, let's get right into it. This portion, we're going to talk a little bit about the pain of a tattoo. Surprisingly, it's one of the questions we get asked about a lot in tattooing. And there's no real easy answer to it. So sometimes I get asked, how much will this hurt? And the easiest answer I can give is yes. And here's how we explain all of that. A tattoo will give you some sort of degree of discomfort. It's not a massage. You're not going to feel amazing. More on that. There's some people who actually claim it's like a massage and say it feels amazing. But we'll talk about them later. They're cool. But I really wanted to talk about all the people that, haven't had one or haven't had one in a certain spot and they want to know how that spot feels like. Okay, so... I'll rhyme it off with like a list of the parts. I'll start things off by rhyming off the parts that I think hurt the most when I tattoo them. And this is more from feedback from some of my friends, some of my clients, absolute strangers. They'll tell me this, and I kind of do like an average of what everyone says. So, number one painful spot that I've gotten, here it is, stomach. Right here. I've gotten a lot of people saying fingers, hands, toes, feet, ankles, anywhere like that, and they are pretty painful. But bar none, every time I tattoo someone on the stomach, it is hell. It is the most excruciating pain that they've ever had. They kind of do an abdominal crunch, so you see and they're not aware of this. This is all unconscious. They can have their eyes closed, and I'm going with my machine, and their stomach is kind of going around like a Warner Brothers cartoon, right? Like it's just avoiding the needle. So I would say the stomach is probably the most painful spot I've ever tattooed on someone else. The second most painful spot, I'm gonna give it up to the ribs, right in here. Depends on the person, obviously, but some people can handle their ribs really well. And some people, they want to stop right away. Again, everyone's a little bit different. But yeah, I would say the ribs are pretty painful. Also mentions fingers, the joints, the knuckles of fingers. Hands are okay. Meh. I don't know. I've had people fall asleep during hands. So some people, it sucks. Other people, it's cool. In between the joints though there, especially toes, fingers, anywhere like that, as soon as you get into there, thin skin, you're basically probably cutting a tendon or something. I don't know what's happening down there, but I do not want to know. That's some painful stuff. Least painful tattoos, surprisingly, every time I've done these tattoos, they've surprised me at how much it doesn't affect the person I'm tattooing. One of the least painful places that I found, the head. I've done tons of tattoos on people's heads, all kinds of weird stuff. And cool stuff too, don't get me wrong, but I mean, if you're going for your head, right off the bat, there's a little bit of Kramer in you, right? So, tattooing the head, I've had a bunch of my clients fall asleep. I hit a nerve and they're just they go right out when I get to these spots here. And the neck, surprisingly, because there's a lot of meat on your neck, and not very many nerves, which is why, you remember that game you used to choke each other out in the playground and then pass out and stuff? You can kind of do stuff like that, and it doesn't hurt. That's why you're not ow, ow, ow at first, right? Same with the neck. I tattoo a lot of people on the neck. They fall asleep. Again, I don't know what that is, but they fall asleep when I tattoo them on their neck. Front of the throat, not so much. But the sides, the back, it seems to be okay. Least painful spots. The arms, that's your go-to. If you want that spot that you won't cry and you won't be a big baby, apologies to any babies that I've offended by saying that, but if you are a big baby and you start to cry, shout out Pampers, just go for the arms. And then you're good. And then, no one will see your tears because your manly arms or womanly arms will be soaking up those tears because you love it so much. But if you want an easy tattoo, get them here first. If you want a hard tattoo, blast them out right there. You know what? Go between the web of the fingers and the toes. Just be nutty. Do you. Just understand it's going to hurt you. All right, that's Kush Tats trying to give you some knowledge on the spots, and we're out of here.